Pranam Swamiji. So we are starting with another important topic on today's topic is real versus unreal. So we have been discussing this topic as what is real, what is unreal, and you have given us some idea in previous lectures, but this is a very vast topic. So could you please tell us as what is real and what is unreal? Over to you, Swamiji.
Okay. Real and unreal. As per Shastra, as you know, Brahma Shatta Jagad Mitha. That is the scriptural quotation of real and unreal. That means Jagat, Brahma is the real. This Jagat, which appearing before us, is unreal. And in modern world, modern mind does not accept it. Because as you are seeing, this world is before me, tangible. How can you deny that unreal? So Shastra says it is a Vyavaharik Satya, is not a Paramarthik Satya, Vyavaharik Satya. So that way they define. But this is not the real, that Vyavaharik for time being. Let us start with some incident in the life to get the clarity of the real and unreal. You see, in a hospital, a doctor telling the patient party that your patient is very critical, and we, through medical science, whatever possible, we have given, taking care, but it is so critical. It rests or it depends on showing his hand to upwards. That means rest depend on Almighty. He is showing his hand towards upwards. Patient party also understood it is so critical, it is beyond the doctor's hand. That is why they are showing it is God's hand, Almighty's hand. So believe it and prayed it. You see, this is the incident. The doctor, the moment he told that it is in God's Almighty's will, everything we have done it, that at particular moment, God is the real and this world is unreal. Because that is the reality for them. If patients' survival depends on the God's hand, it is God's will. And patient party also, they accepted it. That particular moment, what is the real? God is the real. And all other things are unreal. That real in that God is not visible, tangible. We cannot see, and there is no existence at all. Other time we are taking and telling them there is no existence of the God. It is a fake word. But now in that case you see that no, that God is the real and this world is unreal. Patient party also, for them God is the real, these are the unreal. That is the truth that you have to pray it. Another example we take, that every house in a certain celebration in society or in a house, we perform puja, havan, yag, etc., etc. But when you do puja, jag, havan, a pandit will come through your gestures, movement of the hands and fingers, chant some mantras. Mantras are word, vanishable in the air, no existence, not tangible, nothing is there. And Pandit will utter some words and fire it, but what nothing tangible, nothing remaining. These are all unreal in that sense, no tangible, no existence. But now, in that when you are performing this one, this word, but this kind of act is the real, and others are unreal. Because that time, even there is no existence, word vanishes in the air, no form. Actually, see, the things which has a form is perishable. Today, tomorrow, or day after, it will perish. Never exist. Whereas the things which have no form, such as God, Almighty, there is no question of perishable because it has no form, so it exists. That time, that is the real. That exists, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, always exists, that is real. Other things are unreal. Similarly, Jagat is unreal and Brahma is Sattva is real. But in our activity, even though we don't believe this statement, Brahma Sattva Jagat Mithya, God is real and world is the unreal, we can never accept it. But in our activities, there's a two instance. What is the reality? What is the real? In the first case in hospital, showing the doctor, he has no form, nothing but that is real. So they pray it. It is real because it has no form. Similarly, in the case of the second things, but they are doing puja havans to whom? And for what? They do not know, but they have a belief, they have faith, I have to do it, I will get something. So this faith on the real. Real means which has no form. In that sense, it is not perishable because it has no form. That is why real and unreal, what we are seeing, what we are tangible. So this is the paradox people, even though they don't accept, but in our activities and in our behavior or action, we see unreal become real. Because God is unreal for us, no existence, not tangible. But in this case, we accepted God as real. Actually, it is real in that sense, it has no form, not perishable. And unreal means the things which has a form, which is perishable. This, the clarity, real versus unreal. I think it is sufficient to understand how contradict each other. Sometimes we also contradict each other, accepting God is the real in these two incidents. There is like that so many incidents in the life. We depend on God, real, that particular moment, not always. But our nature is we want to depend on the unreal in the world. But in such situation, we depend on the real, when God real, not world which is unreal. I think it is clear any clarity is there.
Yeah.
Any question is there, you can ask.
Swamiji, there is one question. When I was discussing our my younger brother or those some of those who do not believe in God, so there are many group of youngsters who do not believe in God. So I asked them that if something is happening which is not in your control, then what is the reason? They said we believe in logic. It is mathematical calculation and it is by chance. So I asked him, like, if you are traveling and if there is death or if there is operation, if there is failure, they leave it by chance. And they said nothing like God. It can happen and it can happen to anyone. So they talk of mathematical equation and permutation combination and it is by chance. So where is the question of God? So this type of argument, I mean, if we are going by roadside, there is a feeble possibility that death may occur and that they accept it as a chance. So how can we convince that?
One thing you are not able to get the grasp. Those who are telling, but in the case of him, he is telling, seeing others, he can explain these things. But it happens to him or his father or mothers. She can go to the hospital and doctors is like that. Will he argue like that? He accept and pray to God to face how to save the father. So in your own case, if these things come, it will happen. Then why marriage? Why? What is the use of uttering the mantras? They have no existence at all. I love you, you love me, that's finished. Why people go for the social marriage that so-called Pandit will come, they will utter some mantras, these, seven, these things. What is the nonsense this thing? But they think this is real. Unless I do it, something happen, bad will happen to us. So this is also logic. Then why? Why you going for the marriage? A Pandit will come, utter some mantras, and fire will be there, people will not is the use. After some time, there is no existence of the fire, there is no existence of the world, only both of you will be there. So that is not necessary. Simple by force for argument they are telling, but they can tell like that. But these are the examples how it happening. That is also logic. That means in inner voice says that something is there. We have to accept it. We believe it. We depend on that particular time when we are going to marry a girl or boy. So they can ask anything that there is no existence of the God. So there, of course, their convincing answer also is there. Is real and unreal. That convincing answer is that. First things, why you are not able to become an IAS officer? If it is everything in your hand, why not able to do it? What answer they will give? There is a ways. How they are putting the throwing the questions, answer is there. Real is real. Real means it has no form, then it is imperishable. Form means perishable, unreal. That is clear cut distinction. Believe, non-believe, that is a different thing in that sense. When you come to this your own their own practical situation, they can understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.